studio's haunted. Haunted by a warm-up comedian. A racist warm-up comedian. I'll tell you what. By the way, if I'm this close and it's creeping you out, you're welcome. I'll tell you why. Because he said to me, what do you people eat at Thanksgiving? And I'm like, what do you mean? Americans? He's like, no, you people, you know. I'm like, what? And he's like, I thought, do you eat haggis or something? I'm like, what? I don't think he can hear me. Anyway, what I did was at Thanksgiving is I went to my sister's house, my sister is also from Scotland. Oh, right. Oh, I suppose all your family's from Scotland. No, actually they're not. Ha ha. Some of my family are from upstate New York. Although the parents are from Scotland, to be honest. Look, that's not the point. I enjoyed a very traditional Thanksgiving last week. Thank you very much for asking. We had haggis and all the trimmings. We're right back.
Ladies and gentlemen, Craig Ferguson.
Let your applause and your joy drift away like the fartiness after Thanksgiving dinner. We haven't even started the show and you're doing fartiness? I know. Why? Well, CBS told me not to be so farty. Guess what? What? I'll tell you, gay invisible sidekick. It's a great day for America, everybody. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a great day. It's a very important day and a great day at the White House. The official White House Christmas tree was unveiled today on the South Lawn. Actually, it turned out to be a regular tree, but it snuck in through the White House security. But it's going to get its own reality show and... The Secret Service are in a lot of hot water about what happened there last week, but I think give the Secret Service a break. What, Craig? Are you sticking up for the man? I am. When the Secret Service heard there was a crazy couple in the White House, they just assumed it was the Bidens. They didn't know it was anybody else. Wait. Now, wait. Wait a minute, Mrs. Biden isn't crazy. Joe Biden's crazy. You can't make her... Mind you, she married him. So she's... Oh, did you do the dirty joke that I did in my head? You're naughty. Lindsay Lohan's mom told People magazine that Lindsay made the most amazing garlic mashed potatoes on Thanksgiving. Isn't that adorable? Lindsay's mom says she doesn't know what's in them, but they make you very chatty, and then you crave more every 15 minutes. You have to take... You will... For mashed potatoes like this, you would ruin an otherwise promising career. Last Friday was the busiest shopping day of the year, they're saying. Economists are saying that the holiday sales are already below expectations, though. People didn't spend the same amount. But they haven't yet counted the diamond ring that Tiger Woods is going to have to buy his wife. That's going to... He is in a lot of trouble, Tiger. Look, if your name's Tiger, sooner or later you're going to get in trouble. You're not just going to play golf your whole life. They're like, what's your name? Tiger. What'd you do? Play golf. Is that all? And your name's Tiger? I don't know. The Florida police now they want a search warrant to figure out what happened over the weekend. Now, don't ask me, because I don't know. I was watching New Moon over and over again. They're vampires, but they've got feelings. Anyway, here's what we know. I know I'm against it. I'm not going with America on this one. America's all about the vampires. I'm like, nah, not doing it. Everyone else says, oh, we all love them. I'm like, no, I don't. Anyway, here's the Tiger Woods situation. 2 a.m. Friday, Tiger's SUV crashes into a fire hydrant in a tree. The police arrive, Tiger's unconscious, his face is smashed up, and his wife is holding a golf club. Now, the people in the media... People are speculating, the bloggers are going crazy, like, she has a golf club, she hit him. Now, wait. It doesn't mean that she hit him. You hold it. Think about it. In Tiger Woods' house, golf clubs are everywhere. They do everything with golf. They cook with golf clubs. They brush their hair with golf clubs. They're like, honey, can you pass the meatballs? There you are. Help yourself. And... if it was a domestic dispute and Tiger sees his wife coming out with a golf club, he'd probably be thinking, oh, that's a terrible backswing. Look how her elbows are. Anyway, it's possible it was just an accident, because Tiger admits he's not the greatest behind the wheel. Which is true. You remember this footage from the 2005 Masters? Look at this.
And Tiger Woods thinks he's found a way through this sand trap.
Now, anyway, the Tiger Woods incident happened over the weekend in Orlando, Florida. The Orlando police are not used to getting a call about an accident involving someone under 80 years old, because I crashed my car. And Disney World is in Orlando. The accidents there, it's usually old people there or Goofy after he's had too much to drink.
Is this a strip club?
Anyway, look, yesterday the police released a 911 call from Tiger Woods' neighbor. Now, this is another thing I don't understand. Why is it a good idea? Why did they release 911 calls? Why is that in the public interest? I feel the same way when they release mugshots. I'm like, we don't need to see a mugshot of every drunk vagrant that gets arrested. I know what Andy Dick looks like. You know what Andy Dick looks like. We don't need a photograph of Andy Dick. So... you don't need to hear the 911 tapes. I feel the same way about the music of John Mayer. Nobody needs to hear this. you put 911 tapes on TV. It's got to stop, because soon celebrities are going to know what's happening and they're going to use them to plug their movies. Yeah, I've been in a car crash, which means I can't see my terrific new movie, Lethal Weapon 5, opening on Friday in the theatre near you. My name? Del Pibson. You know who I blame for everything. That's enough, thank you. Anyway, some people are saying that the incident, the Tiger Woods thing, is going to cost them millions in endorsement deals. But I think people who like golf don't give a rat's ass. Well, but they only care about is, does it affect his game? They only care about is golf. People who like golf, all they care about is golf. They don't care about who you are, what you do, it's golf. And when he endorses something like Tiger Woods, he plays good golf, I'll buy it. You know, and when Tiger Woods endorses something, like when he says anything. I was getting caught in a circle of crap. I'm like in a great giant wheel of crap. talking. Do you know what you do? What that's called when you just talk and you're going like this and you don't know what's happening? That's called doing a Shatner. You're just like, I don't know what I'm actually saying. Go, they'll buy anything. Won't we, Shatner? Anyway, I think Tiger Woods will be okay, is what I'm saying. People will buy what he says. I'm Tiger Woods. And when my wife comes after me in a domestic dispute, I make sure she uses the Nike SQ Dynamo driver. Because I'm worth it. We'll take a break. We'll be right back, everybody.
And now, a Sean Connery holiday memory.
It was New Year's Eve, 1975. I was in the middle of filming The Man Who Would Be King with Michael Caine. We had a bit too much champagne, and we thought it would be funny if we stole one of the cameras. I won't say exactly what happened, but that night we filmed the movie The Man Who Would Be Having Sex with Another Man.
Welcome back to the big Monday night show where everything's pretty much the same as usual. You mean it's badly lit and underprepared? You betcha! Anyway, do we have time for any emails tonight? Anyone here? Yes, you can do so. Who said that? The ghost of Drew Carey. How can you be the ghost of Drew Carey? He's still alive. He's my friend. I saw him last week. He's fine. And he doesn't have a high-pitched voice. Yes, that's the other Drew Carey. I'm the ghost of Drew Carey. Past. Thanks, ghost of Drew Carey past. All right, this is from Brant in Monroe in Wisconsin. Oh, yeah, look. All the contact information is blacked out. And then it says, Dear Craig, does CBS black out my contact information to protect me from the world or to protect me from you? You know the answer to that. So do I. Shut up. This is from Simon in Manhasset, New York. Manhasset. Dear Craig, I noticed the other late-night hosts usually mention the guests they'll have on before the day they are on. Do you know just who's on your show and when they are on? What? Do you just not know who's on your show until they're about to come in? No, I know who's on. This week, there's a whole bunch of people. Yeah, they have a blue card here. It's got everybody's name on it. Hold on. Coming up on the late, tomorrow, Joel McHale. Wednesday, Paul Schaefer. I wonder if we have some music for that. Thursday, George Lopez. Friday, Emily Blunt. There you go. It's like a proper show. You know, you can't help thinking, oh, these are pretty big names. You're thinking, what the hell are they doing here? All right, this is from Gary in Middletown, Connecticut. Gary says, Dear Craig, is it better to regret something you have done or to regret something that you haven't done? Haven't. A clue to answer that correctly. Is it better to regret? No, and the only things I really regret, because the things that I've done that were very bad, I of course deeply regret them, and they're not the views expressed by the CBS Corporation. But but there's a couple of things that I wished I'd done, and I didn't, and I regret that. You know who you are. And we can still work it out. This is from Esther in Bridgetown in Maine. Esther says, Why does everyone like that green bean casserole so much? I think you've got the wrong email late night segment. That's clearly a question for Fallon. I have no idea. Jimmy, if you're watching tonight, because I know you never miss a show, why do people like that green bean casserole too much? If you don't know, maybe you could pass it on to Jay or somebody. Let's ask around the late night community. You didn't? We all live in the same house like the monkeys. You didn't know that? We do. What happens at 11:30? A bell goes off. We all slide down a fireman's pole, and we all run off to the different places. Man, that would be an awesome Big Brother, wouldn't it? Big Brother, late night. This is from Jason in Starkville in Mississippi, I would guess. I know what it is. I'm an American. I speak American. You understand what Let me try this on you. Ooh la la. You understand that? Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Maybe I could put it another way. No, I can't. Ooh la la. You're welcome, people who are too young to be up late at night, so you're watching on YouTube. This is from Jason in Starkville in Mississippi. Oh, shut up! She says, Jason, she says, hey, Craig, now that Oprah is leaving, maybe you could get the lights and studio furniture from our old show. I don't think so. It'd look out of place in here, all good stuff and everything. I mean, Oprah's stuff that furniture is plush. Remember when Tom Cruise jumped up on that couch? He sunk right into it. It was so plush. I think that was staged, and I'll tell you why, because Tom Cruise is too small to jump up on a regular couch. That was a tiny little couch. We'll take a break. We'll be right back, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the show where everything's crap, but we're enthusiastic. Why, that's just like my life. I know! That's why people enjoy this show, because it sucks, but you do the best you can. People can relate. My first guest tonight is in a new film. You might have heard of it. It's called New Moon. No. Don't applaud the name of a movie. Especially since it made over $1 quintillion this weekend. They don't need your applause or your help. They don't need it. And they're like, what? There's so much money this movie made. What does it make? Like, anyway, it's in theaters now. We've got a tiny little bit of it. So if you look at this bit, you probably owe me like $50. Take a look at this.
What do we do with you now?
You already know what you're going to do, Otto.
She knows too much. She's a liability.
That's true. Felix?
Nothing that cool will ever happen here. I've told you once, I've told you 1,000,000 times. This show sucks. Please welcome my friend Michael Sheen, everybody. Michael Sheen. Hey, how did the movie do at the weekend? Is it going to be a hit?
I don't know. I was just sitting at home counting all my quintillion dollars.
Do you
that
get
I
all
made.
the money?
No, I get nothing.
No, I didn't think so. They don't pay the actors, do they?
If I'm lucky, I'll get an action figure.
I can get you one of those tonight if you want.
Could you? What do you do in your own sordid time?
I liked your hair in this film.
Did you like it?
Yes, I liked it very much. It's good.
Thank you.
Was that wig?
I grew it all myself.
Did you really?
I have the ability to grow hair at will.
See, that's what makes you that Oscar-winning movie star and me
It's
just
the
a
hair.
humble chimney sweep.
I think you'll find it's pronounced Chimbley Sweep.
Chimbley sweep?
Chimbley Sweep. In Mary Poppins, they're called Chimbley Sweeps.
Are they?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
You people should know that.
Et tu, Michael? Et tu? Why?
when you're not-
Why? Why?
When you're not dribbling over your green bean casserole,
Well-
you're watching old Disney movies of British Chimbleys. Hello, Chimbley.
Did they call him? I liked Dick Van Dyke's English accent in Mary Poppins.
too.
I thought it was great. All right.
It was
you know,
spot on. It's the rest of Britain that's got it wrong.
Yes, that's what I tried to. He was doing a historically accurate.
Exactly.
You know.
He speaks it like the Queen speaks it. You know the way you think the Queen speaks. That's all the act.
Weren't you in the Queen?
I was.
No, don't
yeah,
like
but
that.
the real, but the real Queen. The real Queen actually speaks like Dick Van Dyke. Hello, Michael. How are you?
Hello. Would you like a knighthood then? Hey, get off me, Barra.
Exactly. Exactly. That's how she actually speaks.
What part of England are you from?
I'm from the Welsh part of England,
Oh yes.
which is not the same as the Scottish part of England
Yeah.
or the Irish part of
I
England.
thought you people were part of England, aren't you? Do you ever get asked to play Welsh characters?
No,
like,
never.
there doesn't seem to be any Welsh vampires ever.
There's not, although I do put a little bit of Welsh into this one, because I put a little bit of Welsh into everything I do, because I'm crap.
You've come to the right place.
But I'm enthusiastic.
Yes!
Yes!
Now, how are you dealing with the enormous popularity of this thing? Are people stopping you and saying, "Oh, look, it's what's the name of your character again? I forget."
Arrow.
Arrow.
Arrow. I know you pretend to put them down, these films, but in fact, what people don't realise is that Craig actually wrote them.
I did, yeah. God, if I had written these films, I wouldn't be in this dump. I'd be getting drunk on my boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'd be not being enthusiastic, but also not being crap.
That's right. I'd just be rich somewhere.
Yeah.
Who does write the films? Is it Stephanie Meyer writes the
well,
books?
no, Stephanie writes the books, and the films have been written by another lady.
Right. Okay. Well, that's always good.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, thanks for that.
That's all right. We can cut that out.
Thanks.
Actually, we can't. This is not like a movie. We
No.
can't cut things out. See, that's the difference. When you make a movie, you make all the crap bits, and you go, well, all the crap bits, we'll just take them and put them elsewhere. Here, we just put. That's the whole
what
show.
goes. That's why. That's why most of my career are just short films. Because once you cut all the crap out, there's only a little bit left.
What are you going to do now? You've been a vampire. You've been a prime minister. You've been David Frost.
yeah,
What
I'm
about Welsh? May I suggest Welsh?
What, like Shirley Bassey? I'll do the Shirley Bassey
Shirley
story.
Bassey was Welsh, or
Dylan
Richard Burton.
Thomas. Richard Burton. I come from the same town as Richard Burton.
Oh, yeah. Do you drink as much as he did?
Not anymore.
Right. Oh. What do they drink in Wales? Anything, really, don't they? Paraffin.
Yeah. Liquid daffodil. We just put daffodils, leeks.
They're big singers in Wales, though, aren't they? They love
Land
singing.
of Song. Land of
Yeah.
Song. Tom Jones from.
Tom Jones.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen his show in Vegas?
No, I haven't. But I have sung the Welsh national anthem next to Tom Jones.
Did he get sexy?
He got a little bit sexy with me, actually. Yeah, it was for the opening of the Welsh Assembly, I believe, in Wales, and there was every Welsh star across the world was called back like a bat phone, a bat signal.
Right.
The Welsh dragons lit in the night, and we all congregated on Cardiff, and we ended up at the end of it singing the Welsh national anthem. And I was stood between Tom Jones and Shaking Stevens. Did Shaking Stevens ever make an impact over here?
Did he make it in America?
With his green door? Maybe not. He was a sort of...
I'll give them a quick round. Hold
Okay,
on,
okay.
right. Don't know what they're doing, but they're laughing a lot behind the green. That's it.
That's the one.
Right, that's Shaking Stevens.
He was, yeah.
He
Very
was.
good. He was a Welsh Elvis.
He was the Welsh Elvis.
He was the Welsh Elvis.
He wasn't the Welsh Elvis. He was the Welvish.
The Welvis, yeah. Well, I was between Shaky, as he was known.
Right.
To
You
his
call him
friends.
Shaky?
I call him Shaky.
Wow.
And Tom Jones.
Right.
And at a certain point in the Welsh national anthem, Tom Jones clearly did not know the words. And he just stopped singing, and he turned to me, and he went, gave me a wink, And then carried on singing. I thought, that's Tom Jones. That's how he gets by in the world, with a
Yeah,
little bit of...
yeah, well, that's how he would just throw in a...
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Used to do that with your acting sometimes. If you forget your lines, like, you could just be, like, doing the vampire.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's going to...
No, when I was at drama school, I had my old... This is the sort of drama school I went to. My old fencing teacher,
Oh, hello.
Henry Marshall.
Yes.
I went to the RADA, the
Tickety-tick.
Royal Academy.
Yeah.
And Henry Marshall used to say, when you're on stage, he used to speak like this. He was about that tall with a little beard.
Yeah.
And he had a dog called Wumpy.
Wumpy?
Wumpy. The
I
little
like that. They
spaniel.
should make a film about him. People would love that.
I
That's
know.
adorable.
Fantastic.
Wumpy, and he teaches the dog to fence.
Teaching the fencing. and all that.
Yes.
And he used to say, when you're on stage and you can't remember your lines and you dry, all you have to do is turn to the audience and say with complete confidence, "Aha! I'm Captain Hook."
Can I tell you?
Playing Hamlet, anything.
Can I
Just
tell
turn
you?
to
I
the-
like the sound of this fella.
He's good, isn't he?
I do.
Henry Marshall. Wumpy.
May I try it?
Absolutely.
Aha! I'm Captain Hook. It seems to work. Have you ever used it?
I haven't had a chance to use it, but a friend of mine who was at a different drama school,
What kind
had
of
a
friend?
teacher, a very good friend.
Special friend?
A special friend.
Special fencing friend?
No, not a special fencing friend.
Come on, let's go fencing with Wompat.
Wumpy.
Wumpy, sorry,
not
yeah.
Wombat. But his teacher told him, and he had a teacher who was a French mime teacher.
Ooh.
And she said...
They don't talk much.
They don't talk.
No.
But when they do, you listen.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
they say things like this. She said, when you're on stage and nobody is laughing and it is not going very well, you just turn around, you drop your trousers, and you show your buttocks.
Wait.
So off you go.
Now, I have a slight mechanical problem with this, and I'll tell you what it is. When you said you drop your trousers and show your buttocks, my buttocks happen to be located round the back.
Right, okay.
So if I dropped my trousers, I would show my jingle bells, and I wouldn't show my buttocks. I would show more than most people have television screen capacity for.
It's all high definition these days. It's fine.
Yeah.
But what you should do, if ever you're in trouble on the show, which is
yes,
continuously,
yes.
You should just say, you should drop your trousers, turn around, show your buttocks, and say, "Aha, I'm Captain Hook," and do the full double whammy.
Nice! Thank you for coming in, Michael. You've sorted me out again. Michael Sheen, everybody, we'll be right back. Aha. I'm Captain Hook. Now let me distract you using my buttocks. I can't show you them because this is CBS, but I'm thinking them. And so are you, aren't you? Oh, you thought bigger ones than me. Yes, exactly. My next guest is a Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist. And I'm like, what is he doing here? Then I remember, he has nowhere else to be. Shut up! Please welcome the very distinguished Carl Bernstein, everybody. Carl Bernstein. Carl, have you been working out or something?
Oh, yeah.
Because the slap you gave me there, that kind of boom in my back there, it was like the Heimlich maneuver.
I was watching you people.
Oh, yes. How are you? You all right?
I'm good.
How
Good
are
to be
things in
here.
Washington, D.C.? You having a nice time down there with all the lovely people?
I live in New York, and I get
thought
to
you-
watch it from afar, and then I drop in. So
Oh,
it's
really?
a much better way to do it.
Do you take that train down there?
I take the train.
I like
take
that
the-
train. What's that called? The
The
acapella?
Excella. The acapella, yeah.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Excella.
It's nice, that.
It's very nice. Takes
They
you
bring you
2 3/4 hours. You get off, you walk right to the Capitol building, and then you're in the midst of it. And
Yeah.
it's awful.
How's it going? How's it going down there? Are the folks enjoying President Obama? The insiders in Washington?
They're giving him a rough ride right now.
Really?
And we'll see tomorrow night. He's going to give a big speech on Afghanistan and try to reframe in his reasoning and try to articulate to the people of the country why we are in Afghanistan with this increasing number of troops, and it's going to be a very difficult thing to explain.
And what constitutes the insiders in Washington giving the president a hard time? Do they just like pretend they don't see him when he's in the store and stuff like that? Like, oh yeah, hi. I have to go over here, sorry.
I think it's endemic to the place that there's a conventional wisdom that starts to surround a new president that usually has very little to do with what's really going on. There are a few really great journalists, some friends of mine
you're pretty good.
who I think have a better idea of what's going on, and it's usually not what we're hearing too much about. I think right now that what we're seeing is that the president is up against intractable problems in this country we haven't dealt with for 40 years. And the Congress of the United States is an institution which is in the midst of a kind of systemic breakdown.
Really?
And
why is it in a systemic breakdown, the Congress?
Well, I think if you look at what the problems of our country are and how they've accumulated, whether you talk about regulatory, whether you talk about infrastructure, health care, the Congress hasn't dealt with them. The Constitution says that these are areas that are reserved really for the Congress to deal with.
Is it because they have difficulty passing legislation in Congress?
They have difficulty agreeing on anything. And that money has become the
Well, that's
dominant...
politics, though, isn't it?
Well, it shouldn't be. There ought to be a really overarching notion of the common good. I think we've lost a lot of that, and that we need to get back to some kind of consensus in this country about what the needs of the country are that serve the people.
How do we do that? That's a very ambitious idea. You know,
I think one thing is we have to reform our political system so it's responsive to more than just money and more than just narrow geographical interests or where a particular congressman is from. And right now, those are the interests that are dominating Washington, and the president represents the national interests, or tries to, but he's having a rough time with these folks in Congress. Look at what's going on with the economic situation now. He's had to fight both Democrats and Republicans.
Do you think that the danger in the systemic breakdown that you talk about, do you think it's something to do with? I have a tiny theory about this. I don't know much. I'm just a chimbley sweep after all, but.
In the end, we're all chimbley sweeps.
I'm just an ample chimbley sweep, sir. But I have this idea that it used to be that you were allowed to disagree with people, and you would disagree with them. I disagree with you, you disagree with me, we argue about it, everybody raise their hand, who gets the majority, that's what it is, we move on. Now, if I disagree with you or you disagree with me, I say, you're stupid. You're stupid for disagreeing with me.
Worse. That's mild from what's being said right now. No,
it's like,
look,
you're a stupid traitor because you disagree with me.
There is an ugliness in our politics, again, that has increased over the last 40 years that has resulted in a kind of ideological gridlock in which one side doesn't recognize the legitimacy of the other's arguments or doesn't really listen to them. And again, the national interest is the last interest that gets served in this. So we're in a period where there's got to be some reform. The question is whether or not a president of the United States can go to the country and say, look at this institution, look how it's performing, the Congress of the United States. It's not an accident that Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama, John McCain all wanted to get the hell out of that place and run for president.
Right. But you don't have any real power in Congress after that, do you? I mean, you just get to see
increasingly less and less. You have a negative power to stop progress from happening.
Yeah.
There is very little positive power, and I think that's really the great untold story in America right now.
I think we should send
to be told.
Everybody that doesn't agree with us to Canada.
There's a lot of room.
They got plenty of room, and Canadians are lovely. You know, they're lovely people, they're very friendly, and you go up there and don't agree.
I like you people.
What? Me? Why me? I agree with you. Do I agree with you? I don't know.
Sometimes.
I agree with you sometimes, and I don't agree with the other times, but I'm not foolish enough to think when I don't agree with you that you're stupid, because you're not stupid. You got a Pulitzer Prize. And I think that And I think that I'll never get a Pulitzer Prize. So, right there, it'll tell you who. But I'm allowed to disagree with you and not be stupid. I really think that you're right. I think there's an insult impetus involved in this. Everybody's trying to make everybody else look like a fool just because they have opposing opinions.
I think it's more than making the other side look foolish. I think it has to do with contempt. Contempt for the other side's ideas, contempt for the legitimacy.
I'd take it further than that, sir. I would take contempt for the people of the United States and their wishes. What happens is that the wishes of the politicians are put ahead, the ambitions of the politicians, not in every case, but in many cases, are put ahead of the constituents of these politicians who elected them in the first place. Would I be right in saying that?
You would be
and you're
right.
clever, so I am right.
There you go. So we have an agreement with...
Yeah.
There also are some terrific politicians.
Yes, there are.
Terrific members of Congress, but they really get drowned out. And money. Money, you know, look, it cost $100 million to run for the Senate in a big state in America.
Does it really?
That means that for every day of your 6-year term, if you want to face somebody and raise $100 million yourself, you got to raise $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 a day. Think of what those people do. That's what they do too often, is sit there raising that money, going to fundraisers. And then they become responsive to those people who give the money.
Tell me very quickly, because we're running short on time, but tell me quickly your take on...
It's not all that bad, but an awful lot of it is.
All right. So tell me quickly about how you feel about Sarah Palin. Her book just came out. Have you read it?
Parts of it. I think she's a demagogue. I think she's a demagogue, and I think...
Is that some kind of vampire? I don't know.
No, it's the kiss of Pelosi.
Ah, I see. Here she comes, the demagogue. Ah, I thought they were just a myth.
But I think she's a demagogue who appeals to the frustrations of a great number of people who have reason to be frustrated. And there's always been that kind of appeal in our political culture. But she's also very flaky and ignorant in an awful lot of her views about factual matters.
I see. So she doesn't agree with you, so she's stupid.
No. To the contrary, stupid she is not.
Right.
She is not stupid. Very different than ignorance on policy matters, on where the Soviet Union used to be, those kinds of questions. She had a little trouble up there.
Right. You make one geographical mistake and everybody's on your case.
But no, she is very clever about plugging into a certain strain of anger in this country, and she knows it, and she's very personable, and she is...
Will she run, do you think?
I don't know. I don't think she'll make it. I think that well, you know, she made it impossible for John McCain to be president of the United States if he could have possibly won. But once he chose her, I think that was the end of his campaign effectively, because the great majority of people in this country saw that she was not qualified to be the president of the United States. That doesn't mean she doesn't have great appeal to great numbers of people, and I wouldn't write her off as a huge cultural and political force in this country.
Justin Timberlake is also very popular.
That's right. In a box.
Huge number of people find him very...
In a box.
Yes. How dare you?
I watched it.
What, the thing in a box?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. I saw that too. Hey, we're out of time. Will you come back and see us soon?
Always.
Carl Bernstein, everybody!
What did we learn on the show tonight, Greg?